allowed?
No.
Simple. Poor buggers, we're all immigrants.
All right, Mr. Speaker, what are you for or against psychedelic drugs?
I'm very much for. I think we have the right to ruin our lives. They have this fear factor to say that it's going to ruin our lives, even though they believe that's false. If it was true, we should have the right to ruin our lives.
What about the fact that if you ruin your life, other people, the taxpayers, have to pay for your accommodation in a mental hospital?
Well, I don't think that's a fair argument, because we're born into this society and they say you must be a participant. Why it's not? Well, because we're born into this culture, this society, and they say you must play in this game. All these cities that we've built for you, all these schools.
No, that's not true. You can drop out, you can go out.
Exactly right, and that's why I say we should have the right to do psychedelic drugs.
No, you've got the right to go and live in a cave, not to bludge off the taxpayers.
Well, I mean, I don't bludge off the taxpayers myself.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Where's your income?
I'm a salesman.
Well, obviously you have no conscience.
You're trying to pick on him. What's really upsetting you is the fact that he's for psychedelic drugs.
No.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm amused. There's a difference.
Have you done drugs before?
That's not relevant. You ever heard of non-seconders? Non-seconders?
No, I never.
You probably haven't heard of cognitive dissonance either.
You're trying to put him down.
No.
Yes, you are.
I'm against preemptive euthanasia, so I wouldn't put him down. I wouldn't even do that to a dog, even though he's bitching.
Well, Mr. Speaker, you said that psychedelic drugs, you're for them, as long as you don't bludge on society to get the money to pay for them.
Well, that's society's problem. Society's paying these people. That's their choice.
Latter-day Pontius Pilate. I mean, you make Pontius Pilate look like an angel. You're washing it. You haven't heard of Pontius Pilate?
I'm not a bloody encyclopedia. I mean, you're telling me all these things.
I'm sorry, I learned about that in primary school.
But in a Christian school?
No, in a state school.
It's a different purpose now.
Yeah. No, it's not his fault.
Well, why don't you educate me instead of just yelling at me?
I'm not yelling. The definition of yelling goes something.
Why don't you educate me instead of being aggro at me?
I'm not aggro. I'm just sorry for you. That's a complaint.
You are being.
I appreciate your sorrow.
You're being passively aggressive, sir.
You
feeling sorry for him.
You better look up a dictionary.
You are quite offensive.
You're offensive, but in Speaker's Corner, you're allowed to be offensive, sir.
No.
You're allowed to be condescending. Let's go for it. Continue being the way you are.
I'm so old, I remember when you had speakers here who had the intellect to acquire a challenge.
But you're going off on all various subjects that I can't speak on because I don't know about. And then you're insulting me because I'm not an encyclopedia.
No, it's not your fault. I can remember the domain when you had thousands here because there were speakers who were saying something that was worth listening to.
Are you belittling him? You're not arguing with him. And I think that's the younger man trying to say something. Shut up.
The speakers were entertaining. That was the difference. They saw themselves as pure entertainers, most of them.
No, that's not true. There were people here who were serious. There were some who
Like
weren't.
Charlie King was a serious atheist, for instance, but he did it with entertainment and verve and crowd manipulation. That what he said about Christianity and atheism wasn't as entertaining as his ability to control unruly Christians and rude people and general hecklers. Webster was just a heckler controller. He had nothing to say. He had no depth at all. Yes, I was here. Look how old I am, yeah? I was here.
Sir, this fellow has an intellect, but you haven't actually listened to his argument properly. All you've done is belittle him.
I've listened.
I don't think I
But you're telling me that I'm not talking about certain subjects, and you're here talking about the war to this fella. How am I supposed to keep up with that?
You can't, so don't try.